And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Tigers!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
In the Rolling Saints select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers. Yeah.
It's playoff. Keep going, Brace.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What is up, guys? And we are back here with the 12th episode of the Dirty Boot Sports Podcast. I guess it's our Dirty Dozen episode.
Hey.
It's me, Clay, on the mic as the leader tonight. Kyle's out. He had some All-Star tournament stuff going on. I think his kids' team has been winning, so that's good.
I think they play for the championship. I think he told me tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And we have Bill here, and we have Peyton. Chance is out as well. Rayleigh's been out. So, yeah, we got a three-man crew tonight.
Everybody's going on vacation and not inviting us three.
Yeah. So we're going to do a bit of a, I guess not a big episode. We're going to talk some MLB All-Star teams.
Heard that before.
Yeah. It'll probably go 3 hours. We're going to talk the MLB All-Star teams. Those came out today. Peyton's going to dive into LSU football a little bit, give us a little bit of a preview of what we can expect from the team this year. We're going to talk the ESPYS that are coming up, I believe, on the 22nd, hosted by Steph Curry.
Oh, no wonder why you want to talk about that.
Yeah.
That makes sense now, yeah.
And I'm going to dive into some movies that I've been anxious to talk about. I love movies, so that'll be fun to talk about for sure. And then we're going to end it with a dirty five of fast food chains. All right, so to start it off, MLB All-Star teams. Bill, what you got?
Well, we just found out the starters. I guess we need the starters yesterday.
Friday, yeah.
And then they announced today the rest of the rosters.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, as far as the starters that we know, I know that I'm paying the most attention to are the Astros, which Jose Altuve got his 8th selection for the Astros. Yep, 8 for him.
Wow.
And, of course, Aaron Judge for the Yankees, Mike Trout for the Angels. I think they'll...
The Angels, who are how many games back of the Astros now?
I think
15?
They're 18 back. And then, of course, Giancarlo Stanton for the Yankees. So,
and everyone's favorite, Shohei Ohtani, yeah.
Ohtani in as the DH.
And the pitcher. We don't know if he's starting as the pitcher yet, but he's been elected to both again.
Hopefully, Justin Verlander for the Astros will get the nod as the starting pitcher.
I think he should.
Well, I mean, he leads the majors in wins with 11. His ERA is just over 2. Strikeouts are down a little bit, but as far as his performance, he's right on pace with where he was in 2019 when he won the Cy Young. So
yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, he hasn't really pitched in the last,
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Did he pitch at all during the COVID year?
Well, he was delayed.
Did he try to come back?
Yeah,
and then
he tried to come back.
Yeah.
He stayed out for several weeks, and then when he got his start, had some pain or some tenderness in his elbow. Ended up taking that year with Tommy John. Then he comes back. He didn't come back last year at all. Stayed out the whole year recovering from Tommy John. And now here he is. He's 39.
Let's say he's not a young Justin Verlander here. I mean, he's doing all this at 40 almost.
But man, he's
unbelievable.
I think in his starts he's had let's see, he's had 16 starts. 12 of those are what they consider quality starts. 8 of those starts, he went past 7 innings. And you just don't see that. That's just not common. But, man, the guy takes such good care of himself. And and he should.
And it's a good story, of course, with the Tommy John surgery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And watching the announcement show today, the analysts kept talking about Clayton Kershaw being the starter for the NL. And I don't think Kershaw is really deserving. I think like Gonsolin, his teammate, is more deserving, or Alcantara from the Marlins. But I think if you did a Kershaw and Verlander starting match, I mean that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that would be.
I mean, it's two guys that are no doubt Hall of Famers, probably the two best in the past 20 years or so.
And they met up in the 2017 World Series.
Oh yeah, what happened then?
And Astros won that.
Hey, speaking of Clayton Kershaw, did y'all see that video that kind of went viral of him doing his, raises his arms up, and the fans in the background were in the middle of doing the wave, and it was the same time as he raised.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Verlander start in Dodger Stadium for the All-Star game.
I think he'll get the nod. I mean, other guys.
And probably maybe a smattering of boos when he takes them out.
Oh, absolutely.
That's okay. I don't think he'd have it any other way.
I mean, the other guys that could take it from him would be Ohtani if the MLB wants that story again, Yeah. And which, I mean, it's cool, but the MLB players themselves did not pick him to make the team. So that kind of stands out to me. The MLB picked Ohtani to make the team, not the players.
As a pitcher.
Yeah, as a pitcher.
He did. I mean, he won the vote as a DH.
Yeah. In which he probably shouldn't have won that.
Right, because Yordan Alvarez for the Astros leads in every
He's probably the best player in baseball if you take Aaron Judge out of the equation.
Yep.
There's an argument with Judge still. And Shane McClanahan from Tampa Bay, he's been insane this year as well. I believe he's MLB leader in strikeouts and ERA, 1.73. Tampa always gets them guys. I don't really know what they do. They get guys that are, I guess, done, and then they just recreate them. They have an incredible staff down there, I guess.
And we mentioned Yordan Alvarez for the Astros. He actually just went on the IL. So even though he was selected as an All-Star member, he won't be there.
So what put him onto the IL? Because, he had the, I guess, collision a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. I think it's just still...
Re-aggravated or something.
And of course, he and Pena both, did some rehab games. Yeah. And Pena's still not back. But, and I believe, the DH for the National League.
Bryce
Harper. I'm assuming he's not going to be
He is not. Taking his place is William Contreras from the Braves, who last year, I mean, he wasn't even on the team. And now he's came up this year. He's been incredible. He really wouldn't even be on the roster if Manny Pena didn't get hurt in the first 1 or 2 weeks, because that was the backup catcher. Contreras came up, got some DH time, and he's just taken control of it pretty much. I think he's third in the NL in OPS. It's something like a 931 OPS, which is pretty crazy, especially for a guy that, I mean, he probably hasn't played 200 games in the MLB.
Right.
And he's about to get a start alongside his brother, Wilson Contreras from the Cubs, who probably the best catcher in baseball, or it's an argument at least. And he's been that for a while now.
Right.
Some other guys from the NL, Travis d'Arnaud from the Braves as well, the other catcher. So I don't know how common it is for two catchers to make the All-Star team from the same team.
Yeah.
I would like to see when the last time that happened. Who else was
Acuna,
it? Dansby Swanson.
Acuna, he was the leading vote getter for the Braves.
And he missed the first month of the season.
Yeah.
And then, Dansby Swanson, he should be the starter at shortstop, but Trey Turner won the vote because LA took over for that. But I'm really, really proud of Dansby. He had a awful first month and a half of the year. I believe he was leaving the MLB in strikeouts, and now he's batting over 300. It's crazy turn of events for him. Something else I do want to point out about this that I think is really awesome, Albert Pujols and Miguel Cabrera will be on the All-Star teams. Neither of them are worthy to make the teams, but the MLB put in a new rule for legends that are saying they're going to retire.
Oh.
They can pick one from each league to be.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
And with Pujols, he says he is retiring this year, and then Cabrera, I believe, is next year. I don't think he's retiring this year, but having both of them out there, two of the best first basemen, probably.
About to say that, yeah.
I mean, they're probably both top 10 all time. They're both great players, and I mean, great guys off the field as well. Anything else you want?
Did anybody get bumped with that rule? Does somebody get bumped, or is that just an extra roster spot?
Extra spot.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, did they knock Pete Alonso out?
I wish. Something else. Julio Rodriguez from the Mariners, rookie, made it. He is the youngest All-Star at 21 years old this year. He made the nod, but Pena from your Astros did not make it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Pena, he might get a injury replacement. There'll be probably 10 guys that won't play.
21. Can you imagine that being in the Major League All-Stars? Like, wow.
What about Ozzie Albies? Did he get?
No, he's been hurt, but he almost won the vote for second base.
Right,
Jazz Chisholm beat him, and then I don't even know who. I think Jeff McNeil from the Mets is the backup second baseman. Juan Soto also made it for the National League, and he's batting like 220 or something.
Yeah.
But the MLB chose him, and that's something that I didn't know before today, but Chance explained it to me, is that the MLB picks one player from each team. I didn't know that. I don't like that. I could understand if it's the host city. Like if you're going to Pittsburgh sucks. You give Pittsburgh a pitcher, give Pittsburgh a position player, let them play. But for a game in LA, I don't know why we have to have a guy from Cincinnati when they're terrible, you know?
Oh yeah.
I don't understand that.
I mean, if you're bad, but like we said, I mean, if you're the host, the host city, yeah.
Yeah, I understand it then.
One. But I mean, if your team honestly sucks that bad,
And most of the time, they just fill it with random relievers. They just give a spot to whoever's the best reliever for the bad team.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
But that's still, I mean, because this year there's probably 8 teams that weren't worthy of having an All-Star. So that's 8 spots that are gone and will impact that player's career, really. Because, I mean, that's something that's big to see on a resume.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to contracts and stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which baseball, I guess you can get away with that per se, because you get so many spots on a roster. When you talk about bullpen, you can, like you said, throw a reliever in there, and that doesn't mean he has to pitch.
It's true.
I mean, he's on the roster. That's all that matters, I guess.
Yeah, because the let me see what the AL pitchers were. Paul Blackburn from the A's. No idea who that is. Who else was there?
Some of his teammates probably don't know who he is either.
He plays for the A's.
I know that. Yeah,
they're 28 games out of first.
Jorge Lopez from the Orioles. Don't know him.
Oh, Jorge.
Who else is there? There is David Bednar from the Pirates. No idea. Joe Mantiply from the Diamondbacks. Yeah, I don't really understand it. Now the Reds, they had Luis Castillo. He's a great pitcher. He'll probably be a top trade deadline commodity. But still, I wish they just give the spots to the guys that are deserving of it more than just filling out the roster, because some teams suck and they don't have quality players. I think that's about it for our MLB talk tonight. So let's...
you have a pick for Home Run Derby?
Ooh.
At the All-Star game. So here's the lineup.
Oh, the lineup's out? Really? I did not know that.
Wait, no. It's not official.
Oh.
This is so I'm on MLB.com too.
Well, do they have like a prediction thing?
Yeah, they have every team's best option.
Oh. Who's the Braves?
So
Riley?
let's say, of course, Vlad Jr., is there. Trey Mancini, that's one from the Orioles.
Oh, yeah. And that'd be he did it last year, right? And he almost won because he's the one that came back from cancer.
The Rays, Randy Rosarina.
Mm-hmm.
Rafael Devers.
Oh, yeah, Devers. He's really good.
Devers. Aaron Judge, Jose Ramirez for the Guardians.
I can't get it. It's the Indians. They're still always be the Indians. Just like
we're gonna get sued.
Yeah. Miguel Cabrera.
Now that'd be cool to see. Let Miggy and Pujols go.
Otani,
let them go.
Of course. Alvarez for the Astros. He won't be there for sure.
That time clock, Pujols might be struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
So they got Acuna for the.
Yeah, he won't do it though. Injury.
He's only
I think he's
six
just
home runs.
Really
so
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pete Alonso will be there.
The 1 year anniversary of Acuna's ACL injury was I think yesterday, the 9th.
Soto for the Nationals.
I hate him.
Bryce Harper won't be there.
Nope.
I know that. And that's about the big.
Yeah, those should get announced sometime soon. And
Mookie Betts.
That's a good thing we can bring
surely
up on the
Mookie will
pod.
do it being in L.A., huh?
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be the best option.
Yeah.
Freddie wouldn't do it. He's not a home run guy like that. Yeah, that's something we can definitely bring up on the pod whenever that comes, the Home Run Derby. That's one of my favorite events to watch every year.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, I watch that
every
more
year.
than I watch the actual All-Star game.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. The All-Star game sucks.
Well, it might be one of the most watched things of any All-Star games of any sports that I watch.
Yeah, that's probably the best
Other than the
one.
dunk competition, I know it's not been great last few years, but I still watch it just to make sure. But
the whole NBA All-Star thing is good.
Yeah,
the three-point contest has been good lately.
It has, yeah.
I wish they would have kept the shooting stars. That was my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why they went away from that.
I don't either.
The one where you had to shoot at half court for the winner.
It was better than the horse they tried for a little while.
Yeah. In the skills competition, they always switch it up. They've been trying
With the
big men now.
Yeah.
Which I think the big men have won the
They
past
have.
2 years.
They have
Yeah. All right, yeah, so I think we're good for baseball now. We'll dive more into that, I guess, as All-Star break comes closer. And plenty of reserves will come as the days count by and more injuries come. So let's talk a little LSU football. I know Peyton's been wanting to get into that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of ready for the season to start. I feel like I've grown up, which, I mean, I remember the 03 Saban national champion team, but I've basically grown up with the Les Miles, Ed Orgeron era, and have been scratching my head for all these years and why we can't get a real capable head coach, I guess you could say. With Brian Kelly there, man, I just feel...
So you're all in on Kelly now?
I'm all... I was in Kelly when the hire. I love the hire.
See, I wasn't a big fan of the hire right when it happened.
Why? Well, like, who were you wanting, though? That's my thing. And that's why I ask people, like, who would you want over him?
I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean...
But there's just something about Notre Dame.
I didn't want Jimbo.
No.
And that's what
who were the other options? I mean,
Jimbo, Kiffin, quote unquote, but I didn't want that. That'd have been just a wreck.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about
that was the thing. There was not really a lot of options out there.
Yeah,
and obviously we're not Notre Dame fans, but it is really impressive what Kelly did at Notre Dame, and I think Notre Dame fans are going to realize that in the next couple of years. I mean, with all of their recruiting,
I think Freeman's going to do a good job, though.
I think he will keep them steady. I don't know if he's going to do any better than Kelly will. I don't know if he'll make them to the playoffs like Kelly did 2 times.
And I don't know how they made it sometimes. Their teams were not good.
They weren't.
I mean, Ian Book, we saw him in New Orleans. I mean,
but I mean, he
still holding out hope.
Yeah. 3rd round pick.
And Kelly he's put a lot of pros through Notre Dame. You know, while he was there, he put a lot of guys in the NFL.
Yeah,
wasn't a lot of top first round guys, but he put a lot of guys that have stuck through the NFL over the years. And what he's done to that program, I mean, people also forget what Notre Dame was before we got there. I mean, it was just a turn door for the coaches. I mean, you have a coach there, they fire him 4 years later and bring somebody else in. And so
I say after Lou Holtz and then
Charlie Heiss was there, right? Was he there?
Charlie Weiss.
Charlie Weiss, yeah. He was the savior. He signed the big contract, and he was. But
it's been a while since they were just consistently.
Yeah, they've never felt in my lifetime. They've never been like
a threat.
They're just known more for their history.
That's right.
Than
that's what I'm saying. He actually brought them back to some kind of relevance.
Yeah, I mean, championship in 2012 against Alabama, they got killed.
But that's okay. Made the playoffs.
Yeah, made playoffs twice, maybe.
Twice since Kelly's been there. Yeah,
I mean, to be doing that with an independent.
Yeah, you're doing that independent.
Yeah. But it's by far the best known and the biggest independent.
Yeah, and they're an independent, but they play a tougher schedule probably than some Power 5
Absolutely,
schools.
they do.
I mean, they play USC every year.
USC every year. They play
a lot of ACC schools that are good.
And Kelly's had them in the championship talk every year.
And they got recruiting restrictions.
Yeah.
It's not like some of ours are like, we're not worried about his grades. They'll figure it out. They actually have restrictions.
Yeah.
And they also have restrictions. Look where they're playing at. Mm-hmm. Who wants to go play up there?
Yeah.
The weather's terrible.
And they got, who's the guy from Louisiana? The running back.
Yeah.
Kyron Williams, maybe? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know how they got him.
He was actually talked of transferring, but he didn't. But yeah, matter of fact, there was a Louisiana boy just a couple years ago that just went blank on that went up there. He always got one Louisiana guy every few years.
Like how do you come from South Bend and come to Louisiana and be like, hey, come up here.
Come up here, right.
Don't go to LSU. Yeah. Or
come
Alabama.
Up here playing this 30 degrees in the middle of nowhere. Like,
It takes some good recruiting.
Yeah, I mean, it takes some good recruiting, man. And so I'm excited. I feel like the staff he built around him, man, was so smartly done. Like, every hire he made, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I like that. He has Louisiana connections. You know what I mean? And he's really he had 39 scholarship players when he took the job. Think about that. They had 39 when they went to play that bowl game at Kansas State. They almost canceled.
Playing quarterback?
Matter of fact, they
still don't know.
Jonathan Kirkland.
Kirkland, yeah.
Who will be in the league for 10 years. We talked about a couple years ago. There's always LSU. He will be that next one. He'll be a special teams guy.
He'll be that Russell Gage.
He'll be that. But
Matt Flynn.
Millionaire for sure. But yeah, he had. I mean, matter of fact, the NCAA they didn't want LSU to play that bowl game because they were under the mandatory that restriction. You had to have 50 players or more to play the bowl game. LSU said, no, we're gonna play it. Got a receiver who wants to play quarterback, so why not? Let's roll with it. But
he's a senior, so
he's a fifth-year senior. Let him go do it. But what he's done to this roster already. Now look, I'm realistic. I know we're going into this season, but I'm looking at the schedule. I think. And I might be wrong. I think the floor is probably 7 wins.
You think it's that low?
Because
what did we do last year?
We won 5.
Oh. See, I'm telling you, after who's the week 1 game?
When we played
UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA.
And we lost. Yeah. After that, I was done. I think I might have watched some of the Alabama games.
That was right before when Coach O was going down.
Because that's one of the worst things
LA
about college.
That blind girl.
College sports, especially college football. You lose that one game, your season's done.
Yeah,
it sucks, but
especially when you get the SEC West, you got to battle through.
Yeah,
you're going to lose another one.
And with the transfer portal, you don't really have that incentive to just watch these guys because half of them might be going or to the league.
Right, that's right.
So, why would I watch this team that isn't going to be in championship talk? Mm-hmm. That's going to play in the freaking.
And I get that. Yeah. I sat there and was miserable all season. I watched every minute of it. Just kept thinking, if we get through this year, we'll have a new coach.
Yeah.
Because Scott Woodward, the AD at LSU, man, I trust. I mean, he's phenomenal. Like, probably the best AD in the country. Look what he's done down at LSU since he's been there. Every coach down there he's hired. I mean, he's got.
I mean, you got Arizona baseball that was like the best team in the nation.
That's right. He wouldn't got that coach.
Kim Mulkey. Maybe the best women's coach of all time if they got Oriema.
The winningest coach in college football currently now, Brian Kelly. I mean, so he gets him when nobody thought that's who he was going.
Who was the
Matt Mann from
Murray
State, who's the upcoming coach that everybody thought. Yeah. I mean, he is
good program,
dude. Absolutely, he's made some good moves. So I trust. I trusted Woodward, and I knew we could get through this season. I said he's going to get us somebody. And man, Kelly is. I really think. I think the ceiling's probably 9 wins this year, and I'll be happy with 8. I think 8-4 is going to be a good year because you're going to be some up and downs, man. We got the quarterback room. I think is pretty good. I don't know this year if we have the guy. I think after this year you will have the guy. It's an interesting room. The Jalen Daniels transfer from Arizona State, I haven't quite figured out yet, but it tells me that the coaching staff didn't really like what they saw, so they went and got him. He started 29 games at Arizona State.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not a freshman.
And he's kind of mobile a little bit.
Very much so. He had over 6,000 yards throwing at Arizona State
on a terrible team.
I mean, terrible team. So I want to say my thought is Miles Brennan is going to be a starter day one against Florida State. At the end of the year, I think it's going to either be Nussmeier or Daniels probably being the guy.
What's Nussmeier's year now?
Well, he's a redshirt freshman.
Okay.
So that's why, because he chose not to play the bowl game, so he didn't want to lose his red shirt.
Yeah, I could see him taking over.
I think Nussmeier's going to be the guy. Now,
if we struggle a little bit,
I think Walker Howard is your future, and I think he's a
Heisman
Heisman-type future guy. I think, but I like how they're just going to redshirt him, not worry about it.
Yeah,
and I also think he made that decision. Let me redshirt this year. I think they were like, okay, we're one injury away from Miles for being Walker's going to be our backup. So we got to go get the quarterback. And I think that might have been why Jalen Daniels had part to do with that too.
And that makes – you don't really want to throw in your freshman, even if he's true freshman, he's the best there. You don't want to throw him there when you have 2 seniors on your team.
That's right.
Like, let them guys just go for it. Your team might not be great, but oh well. You have that year.
Well, and Jamie Howard, Walker's dad, I mean, he was thrown in that role at LSU. He was a freshman, got thrown in, wasn't ready.
Oh, yeah. I remember Jamie.
And really hurt his career from what I've told, when that happened to him. So, and Jamie, I've heard a couple of interviews they've had him on a radio show, and he's not the kind of guy that really speaks highly. Like, he doesn't brag on his son, but he said something. Yeah, he is.
He's a football dad.
He's a football dad. He said something a while back that made me think what kind of kid Walker is. He said, look, Walker might not ever play it down at LSU, but I promise you your locker room is going to be better with him in it.
Yeah.
Like, he's that kind of and I like that, man. I was like, that's good to know. And I think he's going to be a stud. I mean, you hear the coaches talking like they want to talk him up, but they don't want to quite bring him up yet. So quarterback, I think that's what's going to probably hold some of us back. That and offensive line. I'm really worried about the offensive line.
I mean, the quarterback's always been the holdback for LSU. Really.
That's right. That's it.
Take out 1.5 years of Burrow.
And I think the room's good. Like, I think Nussmeier could be a stud. Him and Walker Howard, I'm fine with.
So who do you think is next year?
I think Nussmeier gets it next year.
Really?
I think so.
As a redshirt sophomore?
He'll be a redshirt sophomore.
I mean, crap, if he does good,
if he does good, he goes pro, and then Walker has the reins after that. Is what I think. Now, Jalen Daniels, where does that leave him? Probably transferred again, but I don't know.
So what's Daniels?
He's a junior this year.
Okay, I thought he was a senior.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That's why the transfer really shocked me. Like, okay, he got more than 1 year left. Why not go somewhere where you for sure going to be? If you're going to transfer,
yeah,
you're going to have the job. But he does.
I'm personally I'm tired of the Miles Brennan experience.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been there for a decade.
Yeah,
and it's always been, this is it. Like,
yeah,
like he's the next one, but he's never been it. Like,
and I think this is a bad team for Miles to finally have his year, because I don't think the offensive line is going to be great, and obviously he's not mobile. So, and see, Brian Kelly's always had a mobile quarterback. I mean, every quarterback he had at Notre Dame could move a little, and Miles, bless his heart, he cannot move at all. He is a statue back there. So it'll be interesting on that dynamic.
Well, they definitely got the size on the offensive line.
They have the size on the offensive line.
We just don't know how they're going to.
Yeah, and they're going to be young. The Emory, the other freshman, you got Will Campbell, the Neville kid, who's going to be started at left tackle, which is
you start 3 years.
Yeah, he's a 3-year guy. He's gone. It's pretty impressive. You can walk on campus to your freshman and be a starting left tackle at an SEC program.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't happen very often. That other freshman they got coming in, Emory Jones, they're really high.
Oh yeah, where's he from?
He's from Baton Rouge.
ULab?
No.
Southern Lab, maybe?
Yes, I think.
Or Catholic BR.
Catholic BR.
Okay, yeah.
Catholic
yeah.
BR.
The big
Because he
one.
played basketball too.
Oh.
And I was disappointed because I was down there going to state championship basketball games, and he didn't play basketball his senior year. And because I was wanting to see him play basketball. But
How big is he?
He is 6'4", and I want to say he's like 320 or something.
That would have been a show to
lines.
watch.
Yeah, that's what I know. And they say he's a really good basketball
He can
player.
probably dunk.
They said he was kind of like Glenn Davis when he was in high school. That very same frame and same style of game. And so I was excited to see him play, but he didn't play his senior year. The offensive line's big. I mean, Bradford's still there. He was like a refrigerator. I mean, he's like 6'6", 330. I want to. Brad Davis, offensive line coach, I think is going to do well. Actually, he was the only coach that was retained from last year's staff.
He's been there.
And that was a Scott Woodward hire. So I felt like he was going to keep his job, and man, they're high on him. Like he's really high, good offensive line coach. So I think
Is this the first year without Deculus?
Yes, this will be the first year
after he started like 7 years.
Yeah, after in the last 6 years, most career starts ever in LSU was from Deculus.
And there was another one that he played with that left, right? Who else was it?
Well, left tackle was a rotating position over there last year. We went through a few of them with injuries, and Cam Wire was there over a little bit, and Bradford played some at left tackle. So that's going to be interesting. Center positions I'm really worried about because that nobody really knows who's going to be the center. So that's why I'm worried about Miles Brennan being quarterback because I'm not sure. I think you're going to have some mobile guy back there to get around a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. Running back position, you lost your two leading rushing yard leaders from last year in Ty Davis Price, who got drafted by the 49ers.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Uh-huh.
They always get the leading guys.
And I feel like he's going to do well at the 49ers.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a good fit for him.
What was he, like a fourth-round pick, third-round pick?
Fourth-round pick.
Those guys go in and start.
That's right.
Levi Mitchell from Lafayette.
From ULL. That's right, yeah. And then Connor transferred to Cincinnati, which he was an Ohio guy. He was a freshman last year. So John Emery, we'll see if he's
finally, huh?
They're high on him, man. They say his body's good. He's
been his problem? Playbook or
something? Yeah. So I don't know if you remember his freshman year. Do you remember when Joe Burrow called him out during the game?
A little bit, yeah.
So he got a little playing time his freshman year. He was a big 5-star coming out.
Yeah, everyone was like, he's the guy. He's the guy. Leonard.
That's right. He's the next upcoming. And so he started kind of playing a little backup behind Clyde in the 2019 season. Mm-hmm. And Emery missed a block, and Burrow got hit. And the coaches even say this. They said, Burrow looked at the sidelines and said, get this, you know what, off the field. He never played another down the rest of the year.
Yeah, and he hasn't played much since.
He's had some off the field problems with school.
Yeah.
Now, which he didn't play last year because our great leader, Coach O, didn't have all the ducks in a row for him, so he was a class short to be eligible last year. They scheduled him for one last class. Yeah, you can't make that up. I mean, wow. So that's why he didn't play last year. But I really think you're going to see a big breakout performance from him.
I mean, he's got the talent.
Oh, he's got the talent. I mean, and you can hear the coaches talking about like this. He's a NFL running back. He can catch it. He can run it. Noah Cain. Transferred in from Penn State.
Yeah.
5-star. Had a real good freshman year. Got nicked up his first week in his sophomore year. And had a lingering injury for the next 2 years. Never got healthy. But apparently he is fully healthy and ready to go now. So I
mean, LSU, they're not going to use one.
No, absolutely
They're going to use 3 or 4.
No, yeah, absolutely.
No matter what you think.
Yeah.
Who was was it Curry that we had, or no? Who was the random guy that got some? Was it Ronald? No, not Ronald Curry. That's a coach. Who's the guy? He was behind Clyde. He was like a third down back. He played like the last couple games of the season. I'm gonna have to look him up.
Behind Clyde?
I think so. He was like a third string guy.
Well, you know.
And then he started the next year.
Started next year.
Let me look. Oh,
I'm going to look it up.
Huh.
Running back.
Well, you know what's crazy is you know who our leading rusher going in this season from last year is? Josh Williams, who was a walk-on.
I was about to say Miles Brennan.
Who got a scholarship?
Chris Curry.
Oh, Chris Curry. Yeah.
See, he just randomly started taking carries
That's
from
right.
Clyde.
Big guy. Yeah. Ran well in that Georgia SEC championship game, if you remember. Because when Clyde got hurt because he couldn't play well in that.
Yeah.
He transferred to Utah.
Yeah,
last year.
The next year after that championship, I think he was like the guy, and he was pretty good.
Right. He was good. Yeah, he transferred. Yeah, he was good.
But that's like a random guy that just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, they have him. It's Josh Williams.
Yeah,
dude, he's a walk-on from Houston. That every year you're like, who's that guy? You know, and they finally give him a scholarship, and he got some good playing time last year. And then they have Trey Bradford. I don't know if you remember him. He was on our team 2 years ago, transferred to Oklahoma, never played it down, transferred back to LSU this past season. He's kind of all over the place. Lincoln Riley actually called him out after he transferred back last year. So the running back room will be interesting, I would say, going into this year. I think John Emery and Noah Kane are going to be your two guys. So.
Yeah. I mean, even with Brian Kelly, he's always used a couple guys.
Yeah, he's a multi. That's right. And I don't know. I'm ready to see what the offense is going to look like too, because you kind of wonder what you got Mike Denbrock there as your OC.
What kind of offense?
Who was the OC at Cincinnati? I think it's going to be a pro style out of the shotgun type offense is kind of what I'm thinking. But we're not going to be under center, so don't worry, people. We're not going to be toss diving it.
Thank God.
Well, it's Miles' days.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Kelly and Denbrock have always been kind of a run-first guy. I mean, they're going to throw it. I mean, they're going to go. I mean, my God, we got 8 receivers they can throw it to this year. But I think it's going to be a pro style, go 3-4 wide. I mean, you got to control, obviously, it's still the line of scrimmage, even in 2022. I mean, we did that with Burrow and them. I mean, even Clyde, when we had to.
First-round pick.
Yes, that's right. Out of nowhere. So that's going to be interesting to see how it's going to work out with that. I'm ready for it to go. I think, like I said, it's not going to be a great season. I mean, I'll take 8-4. 9-3, I think, is very doable. I mean, I don't know if you looked at the schedule, Clay. I mean, you start out with Florida State at home. I mean, at home. It's in New Orleans. I mean, it's in Superdome. Yeah, it's home. So I think that's a win. Okay, so we're 1-0 there. Southern's the next week. Okay, it's 2-0. You got Mississippi State at home. I think that's 3-0. Especially, I think they're going to.
Yeah, they'll probably be down this year.
Yeah, I think so. Go New Mexico. Okay, you're 4-0. All right, so you're 4-0 out the gate. Then you go at Auburn, who knows tough. What they're going to be though.
Who's the quarterback now?
TJ Finley, I guess.
Because Bo Nix is in Oregon.
No, Bo Nix is Oregon. I think it's going to be TJ Nix.
TJ Finley.
TJ Finley. I don't.
Wow.
I mean, I don't really know who else they got. Now I know they got that stud freshman that come in, 5-star, and I'm trying to remember his name.
I feel like there's a reason Nix left. Was it?
I think he's going to get away from the coach. I think that memory because he had
think
2 OCs last year.
Yeah. I don't understand Bo Nix in Oregon. That don't make sense to me. I don't think that fits at all.
Didn't make sense at all. I did not get that either.
Zach Calzada? Oh, that's the walk-on guy, right? Or
is that
the good guy? Oh, that's the A&M one.
Yes,
the one that was like third string at A&M.
But was starting last year. He's the one that became their starter because of their injuries.
The Haynes King guy.
Yeah, that's right. So I think TJ's going to probably be your starter.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're going to beat Auburn there. Okay, so you're 5-0. And then this game is the one I'm not real sure on, but it's at home. It's Tennessee. Tennessee, that could be an interesting game.
Tennessee's got a quarterback, right?
Yes, they do. And they got an offense. I mean, and they're building. I mean, they've done good in recruiting the last couple of years.
But it's at LSU?
It's at LSU.
I mean, that could go either way.
So we'll say 6-0. All right. You go to Florida.
That's probably a loss.
I think it's a loss. I'm not sure if Napier is going to have.
And that might depend on what they have at quarterback.
Exactly.
I don't think they're still in the air.
Yeah,
they never
they
want
are.
to commit to Richardson, even though I think they should.
Well, they have to now because what's his name transferred? The other one.
Is it?
What's his name? Number 5.
It's not Felipe Franks, is it?
No. He was at Arkansas and then he went to the NFL. He's actually in the NFL now, backup for Falcons.
Yeah.
God, I can't think of the one that transferred. That was
Richardson. He should have been the guy.
Yeah, he should have been the guy.
Wanted
they never wanted him to be the guy.
Thing,
That's right. So we'll take that as a loss. Okay,
Yeah,
so we're let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6-1.
We're 5-1 now.
Okay,
taking that loss. Ole Miss at home.
I mean, what's Ole Miss got this year?
I say that, but Lane. I mean, I know he just lost his quarterback, but I feel like by then Lane's going to have a guy going.
Yeah,
I'm going to win that. I think that's a win though.
Probably.
So we're 6-1.
7-1.
7-1. I'm sorry, 7-1. All right. So Alabama at home.
Loss.
That's a loss. All right. 7-2.
Season's over.
That's right. Every year it is depressing. All right. Go to Arkansas. That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Pittman's got them going. They got a quarterback that they trust. I feel like they could beat them, but I'm not sure. I'm going to say
a week off after Bama or before?
That's the week after the Bama, but you just had your bye
the week before Bama. Yeah.
Coming off a devastating loss.
And then having to travel to Arkansas.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you know the Bama.
We know it's a loss.
You know it's a loss, but it's going to be close.
It's going to be devastating.
It will, because it'll probably be a 1-0. You're like, well, we should have won that game, just like it was last year.
And then you're like,
we should have won the game. I mean,
we're going to the Cotton Bowl again.
So we'll say 7-3, and then you got UAB.
Should be a win.
8-3
unless they pull a Troy,
and then you got A&M. At A&M.
At A&M.
That's 8-4.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. 8-4, I think, is going to be the number. 9-3 could.
You might see 10-2,
possibly.
I mean, I think the only ones that you can almost guarantee is Bama.
Yeah,
a loss.
Florida,
the quarterback situation.
Florida doesn't scare me. I think Napier's actually in trouble already. There's a lot of not good words coming from Florida fans over there already that they're worried. I feel like if we had the quarterback, I'd feel good. I think there's going to be 3 different starters for the year's over with.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I think they're going to be trying things. I think they're going to be just looking, searching. So that's what scares me about being 10-2. I don't know if you can get there because of that.
Is the avid LSU fan okay with 8-4? Do they
year
consider
one,
that a success?
Year one. After just coming off these back-to-back.
Not calling for Kelly's head after we lose.
No. I mean, I'm not. No, you going to have your ones, yes.
Yeah.
But I think people realize after we just went through these last 2 years with O, I think they're going to be okay with year 1 at 8-4.
Now the championship's kind of gone a little bit.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. And knowing you see what he's doing recruiting in the last week. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like
he came to Jonesboro. That's all I care about.
That's right.
He's good for about 5 years.
So yeah, I like 8-4. Now the next year, I think he'll have to try to. I mean, year 3 you'll have him rolling. I think that's when you're going to be competing for a national championship. But I think, I mean, he walked in the campus with 39 scholarship players. I mean, it was a complete rebuild. They literally fired everybody in the facility. I mean, they started over. So I'm realistic. I feel like at 8-4 is a good year.
Yeah,
and then you can build off that.
So before we move on, I want to talk a little bit about the wide receivers, and then we can hit defense another day.
That's fine.
Because, man, I'm going to hit the wide receivers.
Loaded, Clay.
There's so many that I know.
Loaded.
I mean, you got Butte.
Okay, who's your All-American? I mean, he's going to get all the accolades. He's your first-round pick. Guaranteed. Absolutely.
And Louisiana guy.
And Louisiana boy. That's right.
Then you go down a little bit.
Keep going.
You've got Malik Nabers.
Stud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Louisiana guy.
Yeah.
Sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
You scroll down, Jere Jenkins.
Gina boy.
I watched him play. I watched him break his leg at Winfield. I was at that game. He's really good.
Really good.
Really good. 6'2", senior.
Just a good. They say he's a good kid on and off the field
He'll be the next Russell Gage.
That's right. He'll be in the league for 10 years. And like, how's he still in the league?
Yeah.
That's right.
He never was great at LSU, but he's going to be just a solid guy in the NFL.
Absolutely.
4th or 5th on the roster.
Yeah.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Louisiana.
Trouble hearing you.
Sorry. Brian Thomas, Louisiana boy.
Yeah.
Stud.
Walker.
6'4", just a freak athlete who's not quite reached his potential yet, but I think he's going to start showing.
He's just now fully committed to football.
Yeah.
Because, high school he was
stud basketball player.
with Jalen Cook. I remember watching a lot of that.
4-star in basketball, too. He's a 4-star football and basketball coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he chose football, honestly.
Yeah, I was too.
Because he seemed like more of a basketball player.
And Jalen Cook, who could have played at LSU, too, if he wanted to, football.
So I'm glad he's at
Tulane.
Is he still there? He didn't transfer?
He went to Tulane.
He had a heck of a year.
I liked him in LSU his freshman year.
Yeah.
I hated he transferred.
And then Kyron Lacey, another Louisiana
guy. Just,
from UL, who he played really well.
That's right. There's another Louisiana guy.
Chris Hilton Jr.
That when it's unbelievable.
Zachary, he's the one. He's like the
track
state champion. Yeah, state champion.
Wow. Ryan Kelly will go out of his way. Nobody asks him about him. He will go out of his way every press conference and mentions that kid how good he is.
Chris Hilton.
Yes.
Man,
and he didn't touch the field last year.
That's 6 receivers right there.
That's right.
And there's not one that you can say
you're forgetting one. My favorite one out of all.
He must be down the numbers.
Come on, Clay.
Well, I was just scrolling by numbers.
Okay, yeah.
Is he in the 80s?
Yeah.
Beck.
Jack Beck. Yeah. Stud.
Louisiana guy.
Louisiana guy who was also a good basketball player.
Yeah. Well, didn't they kind of play him at tight end a little bit?
They tried to last year. So
it didn't work out?
He's 6'2".
It might have to work
he's
out.
6'2". He's 6'2". 10. No, he was second last year in leading receptions and yards.
But is he going to be able to? Are they going to be able to keep up all the guys out there?
No, that's why I don't know how they're going to keep them all happy. You're not keeping
two sets of them.
You're not keeping Beck off the field. I mean, he's sure-handed. The reason that they had it because of Stinking O's lack of running a personnel, they had no tight ends last year.
Mm-hmm.
Cole Taylor was the only one who was a freshman last year out of Colorado. Big kid, 6'7", like 255. And they had no tight end after him, so they were trying to move Beck in.
LSU never has tight ends.
No, I mean
it's bad for a little bit,
and they were trying to move Beck in to help play that role, and so that kind of hurt him a little bit as production receiver. But then I think after about 4 or 5 weeks, they're like, okay, we got to put him on the outside. This kid makes plays every time he touches the ball, and he does. So you got 7 receivers that are game changers. That I don't know how you're gonna keep off the field.
I didn't realize Trey Palmer was gone.
Nebraska.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Transferred to Nebraska. That's where. That's where our receiver coach went.
They just flipped Marion Miller from North Caddo there too.
What's his name? He had the brothers that coached in the NFL, head coaches in the NFL. Oh, he was the Denver Broncos head coach for like a year.
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
White or black?
Black.
Denver Broncos.
Yeah, he's got 3. There's 3 brothers. They're all coaches. They've been coaches for years. He came from. Golly, that's going to drive me. I have to look it up. When I hear his name, I'll know it.
Joseph. Yeah,
yes,
Vance Joseph.
Joseph.
Mickey Joseph.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah.
He was an LSU guy for a while, right?
Yes, he was. And then when Brian Kelly got hired,
head coach at Nebraska.
That's why he went there.
And he played quarterback there.
Mm-hmm. He was from Louisiana. He played. Yeah, he was in Nebraska when Nebraska in their heyday. He went up there to play for him. I really thought Brian Kelly was going to be one of the ones they kept because he's a New Orleans guy, and they always want a New Orleans guy. Which he hired a New Orleans guy anyway at receiver coach. So yeah, that's why Trey Palmer left, and then Coy Moore transferred.
Oh yeah, there's so many.
And Deion Smith.
There's so much wide
receiver
talent. Who made that
phenomenal catch on the end zone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so much receiver.
Like there's no reason that there shouldn't be 6 or 7 Louisiana guys, and that's it every year.
That's all you need.
Every year that can be it.
Yeah, that's all you need. And it
looks like Kelly's realizing that. Like he's been recruiting hard at the guys that are the future. You know.
Yeah. Their receivers not. They're not lacking, man. No. I'm excited to see them. I don't know. I think Butte's he's ready to get back to where he was. I mean, he played a half a season last year, and he still led the team in reception yards, touchdowns. Yeah. He was leading the SEC until like the last 2 weeks of the season in touchdowns still, and he only played half the season. And he was a Heisman candidate almost for a while.
Yeah, he's pretty much a lock at first round.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So they've set this up for Miles Brennan to be successful.
He's got the weapons.
He's got the weapons. He's got the weapons. And you got to pull for him. I mean, he could have bailed years ago. Think about this. Les Miles and Cam Cameron's the one that recruited him. Think how long ago that was. Walker Howard.
He's been there at least 7 years.
Walker Howard was in 8th grade when he stepped on LSU's campus. I mean, he's been there for...
Feels like longer than that.
Yeah, that's right. He's been there forever, man. So, I mean, I'm pulling for him. I hope he does.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been, this is it. Like, this is the year. This is the year. Well, now it's pretty much got to be. Like,
hey, and if it wasn't for that injury in the Missouri game 2 years ago, or...
Yeah.
No, was it 2 years ago? Last year.
Is that the opening game?
Third game.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows what could have happened? You know, he was putting numbers up. He was starting to get comfortable. And, I mean, he shouldn't have played that game. He finished it out. He stuck it up and finished it out.
Is that the one they lost, like at the goal line?
At the goal line, yeah.
So technically, he's just a fifth-year senior. He can
pull a Case Keenum, huh?
Yeah, he could do the
6 or 7 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
He used his COVID year.
Yeah, he's got his COVID. Yeah, he uses. He's at a.
But he would have a graduate year if he.
Technically, he has 2 more years. I think.
No.
I'm just trying to make this thing work out.
He's got COVID. He's got a medical red shirt. He's got a regular red shirt. I mean, Clay. I mean, we're gonna have you a fan for too long.
Case Keenum, he's the one I always think of with that. I swear he was at Houston for 8 years, and still went to the NFL and has been in the league still. I don't know how, but
and got some good contracts.
Yeah, we watch Brennan be a good NFL backup.
Hey, and people have said that for the last 3 years. They said people, do laugh at Miles.
Smart guy and everything.
He got a good arm. He'll be a NFL backup for years. He'll be a practice squad guy.
Yeah.
I mean, so that'd be about right though. He'll probably go to your Cleveland Browns there, Clay.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Hey, Doug Peterson made a good living holding Brett Favre's clipboard.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
And Chase Daniel, I think he just signed another contract, to get him over $60 million or $50 million.
Yeah, $64 million. I think to be exact. I saw the other day.
Best job in the world.
He's never started a game, right? Probably a preseason.
I think he's thrown one touchdown or something. Yeah, it's something really low. That's the best job in the world.
Hey, no job. CTE, right?
Practice.
So yeah, I mean, the offense, man. There won't be a lack of weapons. Like I said, the offensive line.
It never is at LSU.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not. And I think that, Kelly's going to get it going when it comes to that. It's going to be, that's just like, thank God we got Joe Burrow, but the only reason we went and got him is because the coaching staff screwed up, whiffed, and didn't get a quarterback in the recruiting cycle, realized, oh, dang, we got to go get a quarterback. We got Burrow.
Yeah.
Because, he wouldn't even – Miles – that's been Miles' year until they went and went and got him.
I just don't – the thing I always hated about LSU for so long is, it always felt like we were a step behind everybody in offense.
Yeah.
We never wanted to just open it up.
No.
We got Burrow. We did that, and look what happened. I don't want to fall back into that because Notre Dame isn't they're not a 5-wide team.
No.
But they're not – I don't know. They have the perception that they're just the team that just runs the ball because they're Notre Dame.
Yeah.
It just sounds like a team that.
And I wonder if some of that, some of that, man. Is I think Kelly realized I don't have the better athletes.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And he always had maulers up front on the offensive line. That's one thing.
They
Kelly
produce that every year.
Every year. And LSU, in my opinion, that's probably everybody thinks quarterback. I think LSU in the last probably 5, 6, 7 years now has really lacked that offensive line.
Yeah, for sure.
Think about we don't put guys in the NFL at that position.
Well, if they do, it's just
they're
random, like Clapp.
Yes, right, Clapp. So
what was the Alexander guy?
Vanell Alexander went to Pittsburgh Steelers, got drafted in the 6th round.
And he wasn't even that good at LSU.
No, what Trey Turner's probably the last really good one that's been impactful. In the NFL,
yeah, he's had a pretty good career.
He's had a great career in the NFL.
But he was an actual good lineman at LSU.
That's right. Yeah. But other than that, man, at tackle position, golly, Saron Black.
He wasn't even that great in the pros or nothing.
And then before him, Whitworth.
Yeah.
Really,
gotta be, yeah.
There's never been. I've always felt like we've been behind in that category. You look at Alabama, you look at what Georgia's done in the last couple. They got some just maulers up front. And
I mean, even like Auburn, they produce good guys.
Great, yeah, absolutely.
Not Cam Robinson. What's the guy? Greg Robinson, his number 2 overall pick.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, LSU don't have that.
They've never have. And I feel like with Brad Davis,
Campbell.
Will Campbell's going to be that guy. You got Brad Davis down there, Brian Kelly, who's an offensive line guy. I think that's going to change a lot, and that's when you're going to start seeing more consistency out of the program, wins a year, because that's what you got to do, man. Look at Georgia's offensive line last year. Good gosh.
Yeah. Now, are we going to bring in the other Neville guy, the other Neville tackle? You think so?
I feel like he's coming.
What's he, junior?
He's a senior this year.
Okay, good.
So it looks like he's going to be on board. He's a heavy lean LSU, and I went blank on his name. There's a kid out of New Orleans right now, big heavy lean. He's 6'5", like 280 right now. He's a big guy, offensive lineman. So
Louisiana, we have big guys that are good.
We normally produce more D line than we do offensive line. Offensive line kind of.
Well, the D line guys are just like athletic freaks.
Yeah, they're just freak shows. Mason Smith, who's down there right now. So I feel like that's going to change a lot. You're going to see you got Emory Jones down there already, Will Campbell down there. The future's bright, man, for what they're building on that offensive line, and that might make us get over the top when you play the LSU.
And I'd rather go with the young guys than the
let's do it
6-year walk on. You know,
we're not going to win anything this year significant. Let's
get the young guys some reps.
Get them reps.
Get them ready for next year.
That's right. And they're going to get their feelings hurt. You're a freshman stepping in the SEC. You're not going to just. Other than maybe Will Campbell, you're gonna get abused for a little while. But you're gonna take that and learn with it.
Yeah.
And I'm excited, man. I really am. I feel like Joe Sloan, the quarterback coach from Tech guy. I really like him, man. I love listening to his interviews. He's a sharp cat, really good recruiter. I think that was a good hire for sure. I didn't realize how long he's been at Tech.
Oh yeah,
he was there for a long time.
And Brian Kelly brought who else he bring from Notre Dame?
He brought Polian. He was the only one he brought. Brian Polian.
And I didn't realize
Bill's son.
Yeah, that he is Bill Polian's son.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been a special teams coach for like 20-something years.
Yeah, and he's the head recruiter at LSU now, and which kind of fits the mold, I guess, of his dad there being the GM. For
Frank Wilson, we brought him back.
Huge.
Because he's like the recruiter, right?
Huge. Yeah. The recruiter.
Where did he go?
The
UTSA?
Man. So he went to UTSA head coach. I don't know if y'all realize how good UTSA was. That was his roster that he built last year.
I watched them play UTEP.
Yeah, that was, and then
killed him.
And then he went to Magnice after he got let go UTSA.
Killed Tech too.
Yeah, they had some offense there. I'm telling you,
he's a heck of a recruiter. I think the head coach job was a little. He's not ready for that.
Yeah. He don't seem like that.
Well, and some people don't like it. They get into it and they realize they'd rather position coach.
That's right, and go recruit.
Because forever he was like the lead recruiter for LSU, right?
For years.
And then being a head coach, you don't really get all of that.
That's right. He was the ones that brought the Leonard Fournette, all that group in. That was number one class in the country that year. That was because of him. And Frank Wilson. That's
good.
That was a huge hire because everybody's thinking they hired Brian Kelly. Can he recruit Louisiana? Can he recruit?
Well, now we got the best one in the
nation.
Go
get Frank Wilson. He wouldn't get the head coach from Magnesia to come on back. You know. And they gave him the associate head coach title and gave him a little raise from being a head coach at Magnesia. And man, Frank he's a stud and is well liked throughout the state, man. And so that was huge. And he'll get that running back room back to where it was. When he was there, it was Leonard Fournette, Darius Guice, Nick Brissett. They were loaded. When
that was
there.
The LSU.
That's exactly right. So I'm really excited about him back there.
And LSU's become known as DBU, right?
That's right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But we're talking about the wide receiver group that they got and how loaded they are. But if you look back at even when they started the run in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
The wide receiver group has always been outstanding.
Bird, right?
I mean, you had
That's Michael Clayton.
Yeah, Michael Clayton.
Yeah.
Bo.
Yep. Dwayne Bo.
Skylar Green.
Skylar Green.
I mean, and then you look at, you got Jarvis and Odell. I mean, it's
you always have 3 or 4, and they're always Louisiana guys, pretty much.
Oh, man.
Maybe a Texas guy every now and then.
It's usually always Louisiana guys.
I mean, I think LSU's got as many NFL receivers right now as
they do.
as
That's
anything.
right. That's right.
And running backs. They're not the running backs. They're never the stars like Odell and stuff
But
like that.
They're
But
always
just
in the
solid
rotation.
backs.
That's right.
3rd or 4th guys, except for I guess Fournette,
Stephen Ridley, who was
He was in the league for years.
and
he's like the Patriots' favorite
people
running
don't
back.
even think
Alfred Blue.
was another one.
He's a backup for the Texans for like 5 years.
Yes, he was.
Behind
Dude,
Lamar Miller.
There was a stretch there they put running backs in the league. It was every
Spencer
year.
Ware around that time.
I mean,
Chiefs for a while.
Yeah, that's right. Spencer Ware, Darrell Williams.
Darrell Williams, I don't know how that.
Kevin Faulk, but that's way back.
But I mean, there was
Joseph Adai right around then.
Joseph Adai. That's right. I mean, it was so.
Oh yeah,
many
because he was
backs.
with the
Colts.
forever.
He was actually a good one though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was a stud. I mean,
I think Chance has the jersey down there.
Yeah, they used to produce. I mean, and Frank Wilson was a lot of that. He had a lot of those guys. I mean, it was Fournette. I'm going to get this class right. It was Fournette.
Forget about Geis, man.
Geis, Nick Brissett.
He could have been the best one.
And Clyde Edwards-Helaire were in the same room together at one point. I mean, think about that. Yeah, Darius Geis was one of the best running backs to come to LSU. Was a straight up stud, man. It's a shame that his pro career didn't pan out, but I feel like Frank Wilkins is going to get it built back, especially just Louisiana. He's going to have put the fence around the line.
Need, yeah, honestly.
And some of, I mean, I know they've been doing real good in recruiting. Last week they've been getting a lot of guys from all over the country. The 5-star receiver they got from Miami just the other night. And everybody's like, man, why don't you just get Louisiana guys? And I'm all for that.
Yeah.
But every year there's certain positions Louisiana just doesn't produce. And you got to go get, sometimes you got to go get them from other places. But it's amazing, like the 5-star receiver out of Miami. Like, dude, why have you seen our receiver room? Why would you come from Miami I mean,
because sometimes he can come in and be a 4th at LSU and be good in the NFL.
And be an NFL receiver.
Well, that happens with Alabama too. I mean, you got guys that are
they go 4 deep every year.
And
and you see what happened to Alabama this year. A couple injuries, and I mean, you're out there playing. That's right, and so you got to be.
Same thing with Ohio State. They do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Every
we
year
see it with
Ohio
the Saints.
Yeah.
So speaking of LSU being DBU, what's the defensive backfield look like?
Do we want to dive all into that?
We can wait on another segment if you want to.
Yeah, I say we save defense for another.
Okay, all right. Because I'd go for an hour on that too if we want to.
We went about 40 minutes right there on offense. So.
And when we do that, I would like to talk about one of the cornerbacks coach. I don't know if y'all seen the story on him. It's pretty cool. The new LSU's cornerback coach. How he went from took a high school job in Missouri. He was like one of the worst high school programs in the state. Had no wins. He was there for 4 years. After his 4th year, they were nationally ranked.
Wow.
He gets hired by an NFL team. When's the last time you seen a high school coach go to the NFL? So he becomes like
unless you know somebody. That don't happen.
It's a secondary assistant coach, and now he's the coach of DBU down there.
What's his name?
Steele, Robert Steele, I believe is his first name. Make sure on that. Yeah, Robert Steele.
Yeah, I think defense. They have a lot of stuff we can dive into.
Yeah, we can dive into that because I would like to for sure.
And that's a big. I mean, LSU, we're known for our defense more than our offense, really.
That's right.
And there's a lot of guys we can talk about. So let's save that for another day. We can bring in Chance and Kyle and whoever else wants to hop on and talk about some LSU because I know we're all pretty passionate about them.
Absolutely.
So let's transition to the ESPYS that are coming up pretty soon. They are the 22nd, I believe, of July. Or no, it's the 20th. Okay. It might be airing the 22nd. I don't know. Hosted by Steph Curry. And they've got some pretty interesting categories with the nominees.
Steph is up for a couple of them.
He is, yeah. And there's a couple Warriors ones. I know the Klay Thompson is up for comeback player.
Game 6, Clay?
Yeah, Game 6 Klay, absolutely.
There we go.
Didn't get to see much of that this year, but
yeah, I think Steph's probably got. He's my pick for the best record-breaking performance.
Oh yeah,
it should be 3-point.
It should be.
What are the options for that one?
The other one is Joycelyn Alo breaks Lauren Chamberlain's home run record for most.
Oh, not yet. No, she had a heck of a year. That's the girl from Oklahoma.
Oh,
yeah.
Allison Felix, track and field, won her 11th career medal, surpassing Carl Lewis.
Oh, wow.
And the last one, Tom Brady becomes NFL all-time passing leader over Drew Brees. I can't select that one.
No.
God, no. Oh, gosh.
I think changed every year.
Yeah.
To me, Steph's is.
Yeah.
It was the most recognizable record.
Yeah, because, the passing yards, that's been a thing that's been broken probably 15 times over the past 5 years between, because Peyton had it for a the little bit, right?
Yeah.
And then
Drew broke
it. They were breaking it every other week, pretty much.
So the gold medal or the medals there, is that just for track or is that for, I wonder?
Yeah, that's just
track. Because Phelps has the 8.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure he's won a couple others.
Oh, yeah. And this is career medals for track and field.
Yeah, it's career, right. Yeah, Phelps got 20-something.
I didn't even realize that happened, though. 11?
Well, it goes back to what I said a couple weeks ago. The Olympics this year never really got my
It's because that year off.
The year off and the time.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't live when it was playing. So
best championship performance. This is an interesting category. Well, there's a couple of interesting ones in here. Cooper Cup, Super Bowl performance. For the Rams.
Yeah.
Juliana Pena, UFC 269. That's
we watched that. Heck
yeah. When she
took
Amanda
down Nunez. Yeah.
Max Verstappen, Formula One.
I don't know nothing about that.
You lose me on that.
I can't remember watching that. And then Cale Makar, Colorado Avalanche, Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah. Why is Steph Curry not on this list?
I missed that one.
Why is Steph Curry not on this list? I don't understand that.
Don't know.
I guess the F1 was really he did some crazy stuff, I guess. But I missed that one for sure.
And I would be, well, I would not be UFC Will if I didn't say.
Pena probably should win. Will it? Probably
Cooper Cup's gonna win that.
Yeah, Cup will probably just win just because it's football.
Yeah,
and people know it more.
In the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he was really good. Yeah, is he? Is it better than Pena's taking down who was probably unbeatable in Nunez? Everyone thought. Yeah. Pena probably should win it, but we'll see. Comeback athlete. That's one I'm really hoping Klay Thompson gets.
Who's the other options on that one?
Joe Burrow.
Ooh.
That's a pretty good one.
Joey B is pretty good one there.
Diamond Shields. I'm not really sure what happened to her. WNBA player.
Oh.
I think she tore her ACL. Maybe I know she's got a whole family line of athletes. Delino DeShields used to play.
Oh yeah, Delano.
Yeah, and then he's got a son that's in the MLB now. For I think the Rangers. Yeah, there's a whole DeShields family. Yeah, I remember her because she committed to North Carolina women's basketball, and I cared about that for some reason. I don't know. And then Trey Mancini, who probably should win the award because he battled back from cancer and came back and was a really good baseball player for the Orioles. So, I kind of want him to win.
I got a feeling that's going to be
as it should.
yeah, no doubt.
But, behind him, probably Klay Thompson. 2 years off, ACL, Achilles.
Yeah, he's had the most overcome. Well,
cancer.
Mancini.
Yeah.
Do we know? Was it? Never mind. Was it bad cancer?
Yeah. Got them out for a while.
Look, I always say that. There was a Seinfeld episode.
Okay,
it wasn't
South Park.
No, this was a Seinfeld episode, and he was dating a dermatologist, And the dermatologist would have people coming up saying about how she saved their life. You know how the dermatologist had saved her life, and he was just adamant that dermatologists were not real doctors. He's like, it's not like they do anything serious, and then he forgot about skin cancer. It was a whole thing. So yeah,
his was a little more severe than skin. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But other things, the best play, Justin Tucker's 66-yard field goal. I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I forgot that happened.
It seems like it's been 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, I forgot that happened too.
Like, if you asked me what was the record, I would still say 63. Wow, I do not remember a 66-yarder. Now that I'm looking at the play, though, it's when Lamar made that late drive, and I think there was some controversy behind a like game clock or something that didn't get off, and then they ran up.
You probably forgot it because he did it at the time when
it was against the Lions.
Well, that's when so many teams were having trouble making kicks.
Yeah,
there was
Tucker don't miss.
Tucker doesn't. But
and was it at Detroit?
So it was
inside.
Yeah,
air conditioned aided.
And do y'all
remember in Denver?
Do y'all remember the Janikowski kick when he tried it from 77 or 76? Mm-hmm. That was some crazy stuff. Old Seabass. Best game. That's a pretty interesting set of games. So Kansas City Chiefs defeat the Bills in OT.
I mean, that's
probably the best.
That's a winner.
It's probably the best.
That's a winner.
I mean, the Chiefs-Bengals game was really good as well.
Yeah.
And then the Kansas Super Bowl was good.
The Kansas 16-point rally.
Yeah, that one. I don't really want to talk about that one as much because
I think it's the Chiefs. I mean Bills, because that was. I mean, people were watching that. I mean, it was crazy how crazy.
I mean, that was like the two guys of the NFL.
Yeah, that's
Mahomes
right.
and Allen. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I hate Chance's not here to defend his boy Allen.
Yeah.
But he's not that big of a gap between Joey B. Chance, but.
I'm sure he'll love to hear that
I'm
when he
sure
listens back.
And I'm sure he'll have some input on the best team.
Oh, yeah. Got Atlanta Braves.
Yep, and Golden State Warriors.
And my Warriors, heck yeah.
So
who takes it? So we got Warriors, Braves, Rams, Georgia Bulldogs for football, Oklahoma Sooners softball, they probably should win. They were freaking dominant. Colorado Avalanche for the NHL, and the Chicago Sky for the WNBA.
Chicago Sky.
I didn't know they.
I've got a.
Bill didn't get his season tickets.
Allie Quigley is on that team. I watched her. I watched her in the 3-point contest last night.
Got to renew that renewal this year.
In the mail.
Yeah,
or it didn't come.
The WNBA League Pass.
Postal Service has gotten bad.
How much is League Pass for the WNBA?
For WNBA, it's free.
You have to pay for it. I'm about to say you had to pay for that.
It's free.
The Oklahoma Sooners probably should win.
I think
for softball.
I think they should too.
Yeah,
because what did they finish, like 60-3 or something?
They were dominant.
And I think they 15 run ruled them like 40 games of their wins, 40 of their 60 wins. Like they're probably something we won't see in a sport for a while.
God, it's crazy. Yeah.
Like imagine that in baseball. Like, how big of a deal would that have been if
it'd been Tennessee if Tennessee were winning this year?
How good were they? Like, what was their losses?
They were 50-something. They only had like 6 losses.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm gonna look that up real quick because it was something stupid. I mean, they were on a. Let me see. Because they were in talks of being the greatest. Matter of fact, they said they would be the greatest baseball team.
And then they
lost. Yeah, and then they lost against Notre Dame, actually.
Best NFL player: Cooper Kupp, T.J. Watt, Aaron Rodgers, Jonathan Taylor. It's an odd group of. It's an odd group.
That's got to be Kupp.
I'd have to go with Cooper Kupp.
I mean, Rodgers is
weird.
Rodgers is your 2-time MVP.
Wow.
T.J. Watt, I think he won Defensive Player of the Year. Jonathan Taylor, best running back, but it's weird seeing best NFL player and you don't see Mahomes or I mean, Brady.
Chance, where's your boy Allen at on that list?
Aaron Donald. Yeah, or Allen, or even Burrow. Crap after this year. I'm surprised they wouldn't throw him in that. That's a bit of an interesting one. I
guess you can't have that in comeback player of the year. So I guess
maybe not.
Those.
Cup or Rogers should get that. One of them.
Tennessee with 57
Rogers is also
57-9. Wow.
Rogers is also in the best new tattoo category.
Yes, and I think he got that by a landslide.
Yeah.
In this, he played in the celebrity golf tournament this weekend.
Yeah,
and every time they show him, I was looking for the tattoo. Like I just wanted to see it.
I don't understand.
I don't understand it either
at all.
Oh, and I guess we can wrap it up with the best bowler category.
Oh yes, who is that?
Who is your pick?
Dang,
Clay? Without looking at the list,
Mookie Betts. Oh. Have you seen Mookie Betts bowl?
Oh no!
My God, he is insane. I was saying that on purpose.
Oh yeah, we went from celebrity golf to celebrity bowling.
Yeah. I mean, Mookie Betts is a heck of a bowler. Who are options? List them off.
Jason Belmont, Anthony Simonson, Kyle Troop, and Dom Barrett.
If this segment right here doesn't get us more followers, we need to quit.
Yeah.
I mean, because people are wanting.
Well, hey, we'll come back to that when the whole gang's here. They may have some input on that.
Mookie Betts.
I'm sure. I can see Rayleigh watching that. Can't you?
Yeah.
I can definitely see him having some input on that. Oh no, Ty, no doubt.
Bet on it.
Mookie Betts bowled a perfect game January 10th during the lockout. 300.
That's disgusting.
He can be that good in two sports.
And I think Chris Paul is really good as well. Because I think he hosts.
I've actually seen him on
Yeah.
celebrity bowling things. Yeah, he is good.
Betts competed in the 2015 season and bowled an average of 190. That's pretty dang good for a guy that's one of the best baseball players in the world.
What was the golfers? I know I heard the best golfers. Who was on that list? I got to get my old golf in.
Let's see, it is
Scotty Scheffler,
Okay.
Cameron Smith, Justin Thomas, John Rahm.
Wow. So in the ESPYS, is it this year or is it a physical year? Is it a year from when they did the ESPYS last year?
I think it's got to be a year from now. I mean, Steph Curry's in it and the Warriors.
Because that's just an interesting list. Because Scotty Scheffler hasn't won. He won his first PGA tournament this year.
Yeah.
So I mean, he didn't do a lot last year. That's why I was wondering.
I think it's probably from
July to
end of
June.
July last year,
July?
July 21 to July 22.
That's interesting. I don't really know.
I mean, it's got to be because the Avalanche and the Warriors, they both just ended in mid-June.
I would think John Rahm would win that. I would say Scotty Scheffler if you would do just this year, but that's interesting.
Cameron Smith, was he the one that won the Masters?
He's the one that won the Players.
Okay.
He almost won he almost won the Masters.
So I remember hearing that name. Yeah.
He won the Players Championship this year. That's why it's weird that list is interesting to me.
Yeah.
And men's tennis does not have the Joker, who won Wimbledon again today for the fourth time, I think. I don't know why he didn't make the list because he's probably the best tennis player
in the world.
Yeah, pretty easily. Mm-hmm. They've got Nadal on there though. Yeah, Wimbledon. I wish I could watch that, not at 6 a.m. because I'd kind of watch it. Tennis isn't that bad to watch,
especially for the championships. Man, I get into it.
I watch
if it's players that I know.
Yeah, you see, I like Osaka a lot. I don't know why. There's something about her presence and everything, and she was just calm and everything. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I watched her win it last year, and I woke up at 4 to watch it.
Yeah,
it just sucks to watch the best tournament in the world. I mean, the best Open in the world, and it's not even in your country, and you have to wake up at a weird time.
Yeah.
That sucks. I guess you'll be doing that next week with.
I will be doing that all of next week for the British Open.
Yeah, what's the tee times for that?
Well, you'll see. I want to say it's 2:00 in the morning is when it'll be on here. Right? And yes, I will have my alarm set, and I will wake up and roll over and watch it. And I've done it every year for I don't know how long. I mean, that's just kind of.
So they tee off at 2 a.m. and they go till.
They'll go till about
2 p.m.
Yeah, they'll go till about lunchtime here, I guess.
And that's when you take a nap.
Yeah, I'll be at work, so I just had to suck it up. But yeah, I have, man. Now, when I was in college, I just didn't go to class. I just stayed and watched it all morning. But
it's about like Chase skipping for the Tiger Woods game.
Tiger Woods
came
2006
out.
came out. Didn't see Chase for like a week and a half. They said, no, he hasn't been coming to class either. I think he hibernated in his apartment playing for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, no, I'm ready for it. And Home of Golf, St. Andrews, 150th edition. Man, it's gonna be cool, man. It's Tiger was walking the grounds yesterday, making some practicing.
I saw him do a shot like he went. He made it to the green off of the tee from somewhere. I forget what it was. And I don't think it was something he was supposed to do. They're like, oh, it's Tiger.
I'm ready. Xander Schauffele won the Scottish Open today. He's in good form after winning. This is his second win in the last couple months. He's in good form, getting ready to. He's got a good game for over there. And the weather's supposed to be pretty good for the most part, which is usually what makes that tournament because it's usually cold or raining or windy, and the weather conditions are supposed to be good. So it should be some good scores, and it's going to be. I don't know if y'all saw this. So the British Open kind of has what Augusta has. They have a Champions Dinner. Oh. Well, they also have a Champions Dinner, and they have a little 4-hole exhibition tournament for all the past champions. Well, Greg Norman got a letter and was not invited this year too, because they wanted the RBC is the golf associate over there. They wanted the focus to be on the 150th edition British Open. They did not want the focus to be on Greg Norman and Liv.
We need to have a live segment soon.
Yeah, we will. We'll have one soon. They just played their first tournament last week in the United States. So
they coming to Squire Creek or anything? Or?
I wish.
We'll take it.
There is a boy that was practicing at Squire Monday. That's on the Liv.
Really?
Yeah, he's.
Whoa.
Brad at Squire that teaches Sam Burns. He's teaching this kid too. Wow. He won the national championship at Clemson last year, 2 years ago, individual national championship. So yeah, so there was one at Squire, but he has not finished well in his first 2 Live tournaments, second to last both times. So, but hey, he's getting that. He's still won $125,000 in both of them. So
God.
He's doing all right.
What did he sign for?
I don't know what he signed for. Probably not real big.
A couple $100,000.
No big deal. Yeah, no big deal. But so,
and then one last bit of golf. Tony Romo.
Yeah.
Won the celebrity tournament for the 3rd time.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's 3 championships in golf, 0 in the NFL. What's Romo better at?
I was going to say, is there...
How do Cowboys fans feel right now?
It must be tough to live a life of Tony Romo, you know.
Yeah.
Go call the best games
Having
on
no
TV.
Being the best commentator in the world.
Yeah.
Just having so few talents to pull from.
Yeah.
And he's hands down that, though. Like,
he is one of a kind. Love him.
I mean, unbelievable.
I mean, he sees.
You learn so much watching a game.
My gosh, he picks up on the little things.
I get excited when the Saints or someone I want to watch is on CBS.
Yes,
I get excited for that. And plus, Jim Nantz.
Him and Jim Nantz are
Jim Nantz is so good.
Classic, man.
Do you not? I mean, how much film do you think that guy watches?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how much film he's watching.
My favorite thing is how excited he gets. You can hear the excitement in his voice.
Absolutely.
Oh, Jim! Oh, Jim! What's coming here? Like, he gets so excited. I love it.
Yeah,
that's something we got to do soon. Is best commentators.
Yeah,
we can do a draft of that.
No doubt.
That would be so fun.
Absolutely,
because there's so many guys in all the sports that are iconic.
Yeah.
And I know he's kind of bland, but I mean, I like Aikman. I mean, he's kind of a.
And I don't know Joe
Buck. I like Buck and Aikman together.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that we lost them on Fox because being a Saints fan, we have.
But I'm really glad we got them
because Monday night's been so bad for so long. So I'm really glad to see them on Monday night, man. I think that's going to
be really good.
Yeah, I do too.
And I don't mind Buck at all. People seem to hate Buck.
Why do people hate Buck?
No idea.
I love when I hear his voice. I think World Series in October. Or I think a primetime football game when I hear his voice. Like, I don't understand why people hate him so. Now, golf.
I think he can be kind of a
great,
homer, or not a homer, but if he's down on somebody,
he's going to
let you know.
Yeah,
he's not going to really talk about him or something. And
I think Aikman's the same way.
Yeah,
he's so dry and flat with everything, but dude knows some stuff.
Yes, he does.
He just doesn't.
Well, the Cowboys played that 3 o'clock.
He doesn't predict stuff like Roma.
The Cowboys played that 3 o'clock Fox game probably 7 times a year.
Yeah,
I felt like every time Cowboys Giants, like no one wants to watch this. Like,
and Aikman's up there just he's destroying the Cowboys organization. Sometimes it's like, golly, man, you that is your team still. I mean,
you're in the ring of honor.
Yeah,
your name is on the stadium. Like it's right there.
Yeah, but I've always been a Buck guy. People,
and especially baseball, like that voice.
You think playoff baseball when you hear his voice.
You think of a little cool weather and
that's right,
like grainy TV because you're watching a cable station. Like it's Joe Buck.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that.
And John Smoltz.
Where's Chance at for that? Yeah. All right, so I think we're good on our. I don't even know what that little segment was called. That was just random right there. We went to golf and Joe Buck. I do want to get into a little bit of a movie talk. That's something if people know me outside of the pod, they know that I'm a big movie guy. I go very, very often to celebrity theaters in Ruston. I think I've been like 40 times this year.
You have your own parking place, right?
There's a spot I park at, sometimes it's gone.
We're going to get a sign for him soon.
Yeah, I have not missed a movie at that theater this year, regardless of if it's some Japanese anime.
So you go watch everything?
This year I have not missed a movie, no.
Wow.
Yeah. Last year I missed a couple. But like whenever it opened, it was April 30th last year. From after COVID, I was at the door to go in, and it's just I don't know. Ever since that's happened, I just fell in love with it. I don't know, and yeah, I've seen a lot of movies this year. I think during the COVID year, I watched 220.
Gee.
Because we were in the house so long.
But who's counting?
Yeah,
I am. I make a list.
So what's the best movie this year?
I want to get into that because we just had a new Marvel movie, Thor: Love and Thunder. I don't know how much if y'all are into the Marvel stuff.
I haven't seen that yet. I didn't even know it was out. I was looking at it.
Yeah, it just came out Thursday night. I've seen it twice. I watched it Thursday, went back Friday. Marvel, that's something.
I made sure his parking spot was still available.
Yeah. That's something I didn't really get into the whole Marvel MCU franchise until Endgame was about to come out, and I guess I missed out on the whole phenomenon for like 10 years. But it was just something I was like, everyone in the world is talking about this stuff. I guess I'll catch up on it. And are y'all into? Have y'all seen any of them? You haven't seen any of the? Wow.
Some, but not. But I'm not all into it. Like.
So did you see Endgame?
No.
Oh wow. What about like Spider-Man or anything like that?
Yeah, I've seen Spider-Man. Yeah.
You see, Spider-Man. That's my go-to. I watched the newest one in December. I watched it 6 times.
Who's counting?
Yeah,
Bill.
But yeah, just to talk a little bit about some of the movies that have came out this year. Thor: Love and Thunder. Thor's someone that I have not liked really at all in the Marvel franchise. I've never really liked how they've done his character, and they've kind of made him be a jokey guy, and I never really found his jokes funny until this movie. It really hit for me, and I really loved it. It's into my top 10 of the MCU, and it's my number 5 movie on the year, actually. And I was not expecting that in the slightest. I kind of just didn't want to be there. And the first 15 minutes of the movie, I'm like, this is not going to be good. It kind of sucks. I texted someone out of that wasn't at the theater, and I was like, don't know what I'm watching right now. And then I ended up loving the rest, the next hour and 40 minutes. So yeah, I do Thor: Love and Thunder. If you haven't seen that yet, go watch it. And really the MCU it's something that I just kind of looked over before I got into it. But man, it's so awesome how that really literally brings people to the theaters. Like I go to a lot of Thursday night premieres, and there's just nothing like a Marvel movie or a superhero movie coming on a Thursday night. You can like walk in the building, and there's just like an energy, and it's so awesome. People are together, and I mean after COVID and everything, it's cool to see it back how it is. And Spider-Man specifically, you were elbow to elbow in the theater, and I don't think people expected it to get back like that. And Top Gun is something that has done that as well. Have y'all seen that?
I'm going to see it this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I am. I'm going. I was actually going to go last night, and I just didn't. But I'm going Tuesday night.
Woo!
I know I'm ready.
That's something serious.
I'm ready.
Have you seen it, Bill?
No, not yet.
Have y'all seen the original?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'd never watched the original until the week before the new one came out, and I wasn't a big fan. Don't know why. I think it has something to do with my age. Watching a movie that came out in 84 or 87, something like that. Watching that as my first time in 2022, it just, I don't know, it didn't really hit, and I was like, okay, I'll go watch the new one, and hopefully it's a little bit better. God, it was freaking awesome.
That's like
and
I've heard nothing bad.
Exactly.
I mean, nothing.
There's probably not been a movie that's been as like universally loved. Like there's not been a person that hasn't gone and loved it. Like one of the times I was buying a ticket to go watch it, the guy in front of me was like, I haven't been to the theater in 4 years.
Yeah.
But they're coming to see this movie, and I guess that's the Tom Cruise effect. He's Tom Cruise, probably the craziest man on earth. He's got some stuff going on in his life, I know that. Top Gun Maverick. If y'all haven't seen that, go watch it. I always say that a well-made action movie is the best movie to watch in theaters, and there's not many that are better than Top Gun Maverick, for sure. Some other ones that, before I just list off my top 5 movies, Hustle.
Yes.
You've seen that.
Yes.
The Adam Sandler movie.
Wow.
Have you seen that yet, Bill?
No.
Gosh.
Gotta watch that.
Yes.
It's about a scout.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, Adam Sandler. Not in an Adam Sandler role.
No.
I mean, he's not Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore. He gets fired from his front office position with the Sixers, and then
he was a coach.
Yeah.
He was a coach, and then they wanted him to go back to being a scout.
Yeah.
He took the role.
And he goes overseas.
Started traveling, finding players.
Yeah, he finds a guy overseas that he's like, this guy's
he's
the next.
All in.
He's it. And pretty much puts all the chips in on this guy and his future, and has a twisty road.
His way to back over.
Yes.
Because the owner died. His son took over. Didn't want him to try to go.
Son wasn't all in on it. Yeah.
And hid it from his wife and everything.
It's an awesome movie.
It's an awesome movie.
There's a couple movies that when I was watching it, it just reminded me of. It had aspects of other sports movies that it might try to get you more interested into watching it. So I looked at it as a little bit of Rocky. It has that underdog story, and even at one point the prospect runs up a hill with a gray sweatsuit on. You're like, okay, it's Rocky.
Yeah,
and it's in Philly. Like everything felt a little Rocky. And then He Got Game. Have y'all seen that?
No.
It's Denzel Washington and Ray Allen.
Wait, Denzel's? Then what I hadn't seen. I love Denzel.
Yeah, it was in 98 maybe. It was like Ray Allen's like rookie year.
Okay.
And Ray Allen played Jesus Shuttlesworth. I'm sure y'all have heard of that before. And that really good movie about.
Oh, I've seen that.
And Hustle has a little bit of aspects from that. And then another one that probably no one has seen, $1 Million Arm. It's about a baseball scout from America going over to India and scouting cricket players to come over to the U.S. and play.
Really?
And like he does a full on radar gun thing with the cricket players, and they're like 16-year-olds throwing 85, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna bring this guy, and it has all the trials and tribulations that come with the transition from an international prospect coming in and everything. And yeah, you see that in Hustle, and awesome movie. Can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, great movie.
One or two more. I'll just list off my top 5. So yeah, my number 5 on the year, Thor: Love and Thunder. I already talked about that. Number 4, it's called X. It's a horror movie. I really can't talk much about what goes on in that. Just go read the synopsis. I don't want to get in trouble on the pod because it's got some stuff that goes on for sure. It's a good horror movie though. I'm not a big horror guy, but this is one of the best I've ever seen, honestly. It actually scared me, and that's not something that happens often in a theater. Number 3, Top Gun. Go watch that for sure. Go Peyton.
I'm going this week, I promise.
Yeah, it's probably got like a week or so.
I know, that's why I'm
theater,
going.
so.
I'm going to make myself go.
Number 2, Hustle. And then number 1, it's called Cha-Cha Real Smooth. It's a movie from a guy named Cooper Wraith, and he's someone I discovered last year. I think he's 25 years old. He directs, writes, and produces his own movies. Wow. And God, he is freaking talented. He made a movie that I can't say the title of because it has an explicit in the name of it. But then Cha Cha Real Smooth was his second movie he's ever made, and he picked up.
This was in theaters?
Not in Louisiana.
Okay.
It's on Apple TV.
Is it just on Apple TV?
Yeah. I think it's in like select theaters at places. But he picked up like Dakota Johnson, who people know her from 50 Shades of Grey. She's a big-time actress. And Leslie Mann, who done a lot of Apatow comedies. It's his Apatow's wife, actually, in real life. But for a guy that does pretty much everything on his own to pick up big names like that for only his second movie ever, and I think it went to the Sundance Film Festival, and it was the biggest bid to be bought from all the movies that were shown there, and Apple bought it for like $9 million or something like that. So, really good movie. It's about a guy. He plays a bar mitzvah party host. Sounds kind of stupid, yeah. And he meets a daughter. A mother and her autistic daughter, and it's a really heartwarming story. It's a romantic comedy a little bit with some drama, and I'm a big rom-com guy. It's not something most men are, I guess. It's more of the girly drama, girly genre. But I love rom-coms, and I don't know, heartwarming stories are just the best to me. And Cha Cha Real Smooth definitely has that. If you haven't seen that, or you don't have an Apple TV subscription, get a free trial. Watch it. You won't be disappointed. So yeah, that's my top 5 movies on the year. I'll put out a little graphic and how to watch them, I guess.
Yeah.
Put that out. And
so Lightyear didn't make your top 5?
God, I was not a fan of Lightyear. Don't know why. I wanted to be, but did not live up to the Toy Story hype. Toy Story, I love all of them, but did not like it. Don't know why. Yeah.
Give me a movie to watch this week, Clay. Something that I can get on Netflix or Amazon Prime.
Okay. What kind of genre?
Ooh,
you an action guy?
Sports? I'm an action guy. Sports and action.
Yeah. Well, you've probably seen all the sports.
I've seen all the sport ones.
He Got Game. If you haven't seen that,
I haven't seen that. No.
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay.
Let me see where that's at.
Miracle. You should watch Miracle.
Bill, unlike these young butts here, I have seen
Chance
Miracle.
watched it and loved it.
I'm not sure.
I think you could be American and not watch that.
I mean, we had to question Chance and Clay's.
I'm watching it this week. I'll say that. How about that?
There you go.
He Got Game.
Yours, you watch one of ours.
That's right.
He Got Game. You can rent on Apple TV or Amazon for $4.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Really good. Yeah, Denzel.
Yeah, I love Denzel. Every movie, I'm gonna watch that. He Got Game. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, that's a little bit of my movie talk, and I hope to bring that back in the future. Chance can talk more about that with me than probably any of y'all.
Yeah.
And I know the 2000s movie thing, we want to do that bad.
Yeah.
And that's something everyone's seen because there's countless 2000s comedies that are iconic.
Absolutely.
And I think that'll definitely be one of our funnest drafts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so talking about the Dirty Five. Let's do that.
Go ahead and get us started, Bill.
All right. So, we're talking about fast food, right?
That's right.
Now,
that means you got to have a drive-through.
Got to have a drive-through. That's the rule. It has to be a chain, and it has.
And we're allowing Southern Classic and Griff's and I guess local stuff. Do we want to make it to where there's more than one? I mean, because it's a chain, so there has to be more than one, right?
Yeah, absolutely,
right.
More than one. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with, I think, Arby's. That's my number 5.
Whoa,
Oh, that's a good one. The curly fries.
Man, the
Arby's gets a lot of hate.
but the roast beef and the Arby's sauce, man, I could just
I like Arby's. Yeah,
yeah.
I think it. I don't really know why it's got. I don't know, it's just got a bad rep.
Yeah, I mean, I love Arby's. I'll stop for it anywhere.
We got one in Ruston now. Yeah.
Yeah, we do. That's great. And
That's probably not a pick on anyone else's list.
really, okay.
I feel good about that. Yeah.
But I like that.
4, I'm gonna go Panda Express.
Okay. Soon to Ruston.
So soon to Ruston.
Soon to Ruston.
Haven't met.
I know that's number 1 on chances.
Yeah, I haven't met a Panda Express that I didn't like.
Yeah. No, there's one in where was it? I think in Dallas.
Yeah.
But we stayed at a hotel before the airport.
Yeah.
I've went there twice. Neither time did they
No
have enough food.
No food every time.
But
why were the lights still on?
We went at like 8:30. They closed at 9. Like all they had was like a little bit of orange chicken. Like, I mean,
and I think
I'll take
did Chance get it all? Or
oh yeah, I mean Chance still ate it.
He got it all, and we had to eat somewhere else.
Yeah,
we only had enough food for one person. So, but still, they made my list at number 4. Gosh, number 3. This is gonna be tough.
I think I know you're number 1. Are you caught between 3 and 2 right now?
Now, I'm gonna have to go Southern Classic.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Okay. Southern Classic.
The Jonesboro Southern Classic.
Yeah.
There makes a difference.
See, I'm a big fan of the Ruston Southern Classic.
You know, you have the experience.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's not that big of a difference, you don't think?
Not really. I mean, the chicken tastes the
The
same.
only time I can remember really having it is like I think we were moving one of your houses, and you bought like 30 pieces, and we had it, and it was good.
Oh yeah.
But I think I was just really hungry at the time, you know. But
well, I thought Jonesboro was the best one, and then I went to the one in Farmerville.
yeah,
It's basically it was
I think
about like
there's
Jonesboro.
one in Natchitoches. I think people
There
say
is.
is good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but yeah, I mean, you can't.
The one in
go
Haynesville used to be
Southern
really
Classic.
good. But
Since they told me that ESPYS is off the table, since they didn't actually have a drive-through.
Or more than one, probably.
There was one in Grambling and one in Jonesboro.
Yeah. Bill was throwing some knowledge on me about Spivey's earlier.
So, number 2, I'm going to go Griff's.
Yeah.
If I have to have a place for a go-to burger, man, grab me some Griff's. And Griff's is one that it's probably the first fast food restaurant that I remember going to.
Whoa.
Growing up.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been around that long in Ruston?
In Ruston? Oh, yeah. I mean, we would go to Ruston and get Griff's.
Right beside your favorite gas station, right?
Right beside my favorite gas station.
What can you get there? White
Plain
t-shirt?
White t-shirt. They're
Behind the counter. That's right.
Yeah.
Not just any t-shirt. No.
Ask for
They're not hanging up or anything.
Hey, if you ask for the one with a pocket,
Ooh,
that's
might
special.
get
little bonus.
A little bonus. I don't know.
Bonus.
So, but yeah, Griff's. I could go, man. And
See, I forget about Griff's.
Griff's and their fries.
And I went 3 years to Tech and parked in the parking lot across the street.
And speaking of Tech, I have great memories from when I was in like junior high and high school. I would go to Tech football games. It would usually be with my cousin Ken, my uncle Joe. A lot of times it was just the 3 of us that would go. And after the game, we would always go to Griff's and eat. And they're playing the post game. I'm listening to Dave Nitz talk all the stats and everything and recapping the game. And then KLPI, Tech's campus radio station, they replay the broadcast of the game.
Huh.
So, we would sit there and eat, and, a lot of people would come in and, we're listening to the game again.
That's cool.
That we just went to. So,
Has the Griff's been renovated at all since then?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the tables aren't nearly as sticky as the old ones were. One of those places you go and you put your arms on the table and you're like,
You can't get up.
dirty already.
Yeah, you feel filthy. But hey, it was good food. So.
Yeah, it always is.
So that brings me to my number one.
I think.
So you think you know my number one?
It's got to be Taco Bell.
It's got to be Taco Bell.
You're
Yo
Taco
quiero
Bell.
Taco Bell. Yeah, I think I could be anywhere, any time, and I can eat a taco from Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I mean, or 3, or 5,
or pack.
Anyway, pack. I just, man, and when Taco Bell opened, I think I was a sophomore at Tech.
Really?
And it started then. So,
addicted immediately.
So we're looking at 34 years I've been tearing up tacos up there. So
they need to give you a reward.
Oh man, good stuff.
All right.
I knew you're number one. It's about as easy as I knew Chance's number one. Yeah. All right, Peyton, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. Going to be number 5 is going to be Southern Classic.
Okay. Yeah.
It's. I wish Miss Betty didn't retire the Jonesboro Southern Classic because it has not been the same since.
You see,
I'm hoping she's going to come back.
People put that on Facebook.
Yes.
Every time I go, it's as if nothing changed.
I went Friday night. It was terrible.
Really?
I was so disappointed.
That's man. I don't know.
And I knew I was in trouble when I got to the window because I ordered the 5-piece chicken strip. And they didn't tell me to pull up. They handed me the box at the window. I knew it was bad.
Now, Chance has
because they weren't fresh.
He said in the past couple months, the chicken strips have gone a little bit down.
They've gone.
They're a little bit smaller.
They've gotten smaller.
They're small, no crust. It was bad.
See, I ordered a 3-piece the other day, and I had 6 in there when I got home. So,
strips.
Well, see, they used to have the 6, and they went down to 5 now, which I was not a fan of, but. I'm telling you, when I got it at the window Friday night, I said, "This is not good."
The chicken itself, though, I think like the bone in. I think that's still on par.
Number 4 is Dairy Queen.
Okay, that's an odd pick. Yeah,
that was my honorable mention.
Yeah, you're thinking of the one from Jonesboro.
Well, they used to got tacos there. Tacos were good. Maybe it's just tacos for me.
Taco Bell.
Get them.
Actually, funny story. My house that I live at now, the past owner was the one that owned Dairy Queen in Jonesboro. And when they sold me the house, they just left everything in the house. So I have Dairy Queen trays. I have Dairy Queen napkin holders. All from the old Dairy Queen in Jonesboro. And we use those trays all the time when we fry fish and stuff at the house. So, but milkshakes, man. That's the best milkshake.
Do you like Dairy Queen's food?
You can get.
Do you like their food?
I like the fries, man. I really like their fries. But the milkshake.
The food itself has never been that good. I mean, it's if you're hungry.
Yeah.
But they're ice cream. Yeah.
It's the best milkshake.
Steak fingers.
Okay, yeah. Those aren't bad.
Oh,
yeah.
They're good.
Number 3, Raising Cane's.
Okay. Yeah.
Just anytime I see it, I'm gonna swing by and go to it. And on a weird thing, they have the best fountain drinks, in my opinion, in any drive-through place. I don't know why, but their fountain drinks are way better than.
If I go there, I get tea.
Okay.
Or sometimes lemonade.
I'm a Sprite guy.
Yeah.
So and their Sprite's always on point. Number 2, I went back and forth on number 1 and number 2. Popeyes would be number 2.
Chicken heavy.
I'm a heavy chicken guy. Yes, because
what's your favorite thing at Popeyes? Strips.
They have the best chicken strips you will ever find.
Have you ever had the naked ones?
No.
Ooh, those are so good.
And I've gotten actually 2 or 3 people hooked on these the last few months. The chicken nuggets.
Yes.
They are phenomenal.
If I go there now, though, I got to get a sandwich.
Yeah.
The sandwich is so good.
And number 1, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I mean,
chicken heavy, man.
Chicken heavy, man. The waffle fries can never go wrong. And by the way, get the strips and not the nuggets. I got nuggets for years, and somebody said, "Dude, go the strips." I have not got nuggets in about 2 years.
Wow!
I go all strips now. Way better than
their
nuggets.
grilled chicken sandwiches.
Their spicy chicken sandwiches. You'll see that on my list. Let me get into mine. So Number 5, I'm gonna go Sonic.
That was my 6. I almost wanted to put them in.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of the food. I feel like it's something I get a lot on like a Sunday night. But their drinks and the ice cream, I mean, variety. You can get something different every day of the week and probably last a freaking year.
So I get I like Coke floats, but Sonic.
They just started doing those, right?
No. You get the blended Coke float. They blend it. I call it 6 in a cup. Is what I call it. That good? It is that good. Yes, absolutely. Try it one day. You won't be disappointed.
Is Sonic still open?
They're open till midnight. It's summer.
Go get you one tonight. I'm telling you. Just tell me you want a 6 in a cup. See what happens.
I don't know about that.
What that's going to be.
I'll be able to go to the vending machine at the convenience store.
I go to my Circle K before I go to Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic though, you can't go wrong. It's not their food itself isn't that good, but yeah, the drinks and
slushes,
hey, those pickle fries.
See, I'm not a pickle guy, but you can
have
have those.
Yeah, right.
You can have those. I'll take the Moz sticks. Those are better. Number 4 for me, McDonald's. It's always been there. It's always there. Always will be. You know, if you ever need.
Except the other night when you left to go.
Yes, yeah. When it was 11:30 and I think the 2 workers were outside just chilling. So we ended up having to go to Burger King. But yeah, McDonald's. There's something about. I have a little bit of a ritual, and I'm a little superstitious. I'm very superstitious. During the football season, I would eat the McGangbang. Everyone knows what that is. The McDouble with the hot and spicy in between.
Oh, wait. No.
You've never had that?
No.
Oh. You get a McDouble, you open the meat, put a hot and spicy chicken in it, boom. Perfect.
Can you order this on the menu, or do you have to do it yourself?
You used to be able to. They went out with a they had a
it said gangbang on the menu.
No, it's kind of like the 6 in a cup,
McDonald's came out with like a special menu, and it was called something different. But in Jonesboro, it's always been called McGangbang.
So can I order that in the drive-thru?
At Jonesboro, there's probably a good chance they know what you're talking about. Yeah, probably a good chance. But during the football season, I ate that.
I'm taking notes over
I ate that before every game. I don't know why. It's not like I was playing. I was going to freaking watch it. And I'm just superstitious. And yeah, I just kept it going. And crap, made it to the semifinals. I would eat it before every game. Number 3, Taco Bell. It's
why so low, Clay? Why so low?
Because the 1 and 2 were just near and dear to my heart. And Taco Bell was number 2 until something changed later. Taco Bell, though, that when I was at Tech, I probably hit that up 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh yeah.
Best thing there, the creamy jalapeno sauce.
Yeah,
I could get that on everything. And there's so much stuff they put the chipotle sauce on. Not a fan of that. Yeah. Substitute that with the creamy jalapeno. Oh my god! And it's that for so long in my life before the mobile order, I thought that was just grease on the quesadilla, but it's an actual sauce, and it's changed my life ever since.
That's some special sauce.
It is, dude. It is special. Yeah. 6 in a cup right there. That's right. Number 2, Southern Classic. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Before that, I had Taco Bell at 2. But yeah, Southern Classic, I mean, being from Jonesboro, it's always going to be one of the most special places, especially restaurants. I mean, if you're from Jonesboro and don't love Southern Classic, who are you? That's right. Pretty much.
Why you live here?
Yeah. Yes. And it's something that people hours away know. Like, if they come here, they want Southern Classic. When Chase came back from Tennessee a couple weeks ago, what's one of the things he wanted? Southern Classic. Even though, oddly enough, what he wanted was the fish from there. That's his favorite thing.
That's the sleeper there.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a sleeper.
It's so good. And they're hush puppies, the little sticks. Yeah. Those are really good. Number 1, Chick-fil-A.
Absolutely. Not even close. Yeah.
Man, spicy chicken sandwich with pepper jack cheese with some buffalo sauce. Man, I don't know how many times I've had that.
Hey, y'all ever get the salads there?
I know they had those.
Bill, have you seen our figures, Bill?
Spicy chicken sandwich, though. You had that.
Yeah.
And you spoke of the grilled. Did you ever get the grilled spicy? They had that for a little bit.
So.
It was hot. Hotter than their actual spicy chicken sandwich, the fried one.
Well, they have that, with the grilled chicken sandwich, they have that
Honey barbecue.
honey barbecue. Yeah. And it's the weirdest color and flavor and everything.
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan. I'm the buffalo guy.
Yeah.
That Chick-fil-A, I don't know how many times I have went there before a movie, ate it in the parking lot, and then went inside and had the best day of my life.
Pull the rest out of your bag.
No, don't do that. I respect them. They know my name. I can't do that to them. But yeah, Chick-fil-A, that's my number one for sure. Always will be.
And they have Fountain Powerade, which I love.
Yeah, that's something I haven't heard anyone talk about.
I love Fountain Powerade.
Yeah,
I've never turned that down.
I did not know they had that.
Yes.
I'll have to try that.
Try it. I promise you. You'll get it every time after that.
All right. Let's
Well, we got
Chance.
We got our submissions from
Chance, Kyle, and Rayleigh, I believe. So let's go with Rayleigh.
I missed those messages.
Rayleigh has some interesting picks that I did not expect. So number 5 for Rayleigh is Griff's. He said the number 1, make it hot with jalapenos and a side of onion rings. Number 4, he went Firehouse Subs.
Wow.
I don't know where you can get one of them near here. Is there one in like Monroe or something?
No, Shreveport.
Shreveport?
I think Shreveport.
I've never had one.
Probably at Panama City Beach, and he just had.
Oh yeah, he just had one. It's the last thing he ate.
Speaking of the vacation trip that we didn't get invited on,
Number 2, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And number 3, Chick-fil-A for him. Number 2 is Whataburger, and number 1 is McDonald's. He says, y'all know y'all eat here way more than anything else. # quarter pounder for life. I agree.
Oh, right.
And then we're going to go with Kyle next with, I think he had a late substitution. Yeah, he did. Number 5 is Subway. Number 4, Whataburger. 3, Taco Bell. 2, Raising Cane's. 1, Chick-fil-A. So, another Chick-fil-A at the top.
A lot of love for Chick-fil-A.
As it should be. They love us. I mean...
Yes. As much money as we spent at Chick-fil-A, they should.
Yeah, because they're not cheap.
No.
They're not. And I'm going to be a platinum member after this year. I'm a red member right now, but platinum on the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got to step my game up.
I went a lot to the movies last year. And it's not stopping. And then Chance, number 5, Popeyes. 4, Griff's. 3, McDonald's. 2, Southern Classic. 1, Panda Express. That's definitely...
That's odd. I didn't expect him to say that.
Definitely his favorite place. And he's ecstatic for that to come to Ruston. I think a lot of people are. And yeah, that's something we don't have in Ruston. It gives them more variety. I guess you can go to the Wong Kong buffet or whatever it is on the way in to the right.
Oh, wait a minute. Where is the...
Oh, no. That's not
Peking. Peking is
Oh, yeah, that's
there.
That's in such a weird location. I forget it's there.
I think that's the only one that's still open.
Yeah.
As far as...
Because what's the place? Is it Latin when you're coming in, right before Walgreens?
Casa something.
Never been. Have you been?
Yeah.
They might have tacos.
Twice. Well, they have a variety of, it's a buffet.
Tour of the world?
Well, Latin countries. So anything, from Belize to Ecuador to, just Guatemala.
So is it good?
Mexico.
Not bad?
There's some odd stuff. A lot of plantains. And I'm not a fan.
Never had one of them. So is there anything that missed the cut barely for y'all?
Well, Chick-fil-A was on my list, just not top 5.
Were you the only one that didn't have Chick-fil-A?
Chance, I don't think did.
Yeah, Chance didn't either? Okay.
And another one I had was Wingstop.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't have a
drive-through.
Not here, but there are ones that do, I think.
Yeah.
Are there? I've never seen one of that.
So.
Really? Okay.
And that's the only place that I could think
that's
of.
something like Pizza Hut,
that have, that I guess that you would say fast food, because like Buffalo Wild Wings I wouldn't consider that fast food, and
Wingstop better than Buffalo Wild Wings, though, don't you think?
Yeah.
The fries at Wingstop, man.
Oh,
Woo, so good.
Oh,
so good.
And those
the pizza joints were close for me. Like Domino's, and Pizza Hut. Those are my top two mostly. I'm not a big Johnny's guy. I don't know why.
Freddy's was on my list.
That's another one coming.
You ever had a Freddy's?
Steak burgers.
Oh, gosh. And they're like smash burgers.
And some good ice cream.
Really thin.
They got some good ice cream.
And their fries are the thinnest little shoestring.
Where's it going to Ruston at?
There's not one in Ruston.
It's coming.
He says coming.
Is it?
I think it's by Hobby Lobby.
Really?
Okay.
Because Ruston's getting...
In that front strip that had nothing...
Yeah, the one that people have been saying something's coming forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freddy's is coming. Panda Express is coming by Whataburger. We're getting a new McDonald's where Ryan's was.
Right.
I was wondering what was going there.
Yeah, it's a new McDonald's. They're getting rid of the one by the shopping center.
By the shopping strip there, yeah.
And I think there might be one more thing coming. I forget, though.
There's a Freddy's in Hot Springs that we eat a lot. And then there's one in Dallas because when Chance ate all the Panda Express,
you had to find something else.
Me and Clay and Steve had to eat Freddy's. Not that it was a problem. I loved it, but still. We all wanted Panda Express that day.
Yeah.
What about Wendy's? Is that...
I'm surprised it didn't make Chance's list.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Wendy's guy.
Yeah.
Forever, there was nothing I liked there. Their burgers I don't like for some reason. I don't know why. My favorite thing there was the spicy chicken nuggets, and they're back now. I think those are really good.
I like the chili.
They're chili. Okay.
Chili's good.
Steak and Shake was close on some lists as well.
Yeah.
I wish there was one of them closer to us. And Raising Cane's, that I should have had that.
I was shocked.
Really
was I the only one that had Raising Cane's? Or Kyle?
Chance.
No, just me and Kyle, wasn't it?
Yeah, Chance had it and then switched up. Kyle had it.
It was close for me.
And then Zaxby's, man.
Just like
I love
Chick-fil-A
Zaxby's.
is. I mean,
But Zaxby's got rid of my freaking favorite thing, the homemade potato chips. My favorite thing there. They got rid of them. I used to... That's probably the place I ate at the most when I was at Tech, was Zaxby's. I don't know. Raising Cane's...
That buffalo garlic.
Yes, you can dip it in the...
Oh my gosh.
So good.
Well,
so good.
That Zaxby's was the location for you too, probably. At Tech. I mean, you're right there.
Yeah, and I don't know, Raising Cane's. If you're not eating it with the sauce, I'm not a big fan. Right. I don't think it's as good as Zaxby's. I think if you just ate the chicken and the fries, Zaxby's is better. But if you get the sauce, then Cane's is close.
Yeah. The fries at Zaxby's are point.
Yeah. See, Cane's they're too plain. Like they don't have. But then you got the bread at Cane's. It's really good. We could talk about this stuff all night, I think.
I mean,
I think we could do our top 5 chicken places, right?
Hey,
Peyton already gave us his. Which one did you miss out? Zaxby's, I guess.
Zaxby's, yeah.
Which I mean, crap, you can get chicken at Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen, absolutely.
Chickadilly. Nobody mentioned Chickadilly.
Chickadilly. Very good, very good.
There's not many of them anymore, though.
There's one in Arcadia, right?
And there's one in...
One in Haynesville shut down.
Magnolia, Arkansas.
Magnolia has one.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It did. Yeah. That was my first time really ever see one when I was in school up there.
Whenever Chance would play Arcadia, we'd always go there.
Yeah.
For any sport.
And then the one in Haynesville shut down because I used to stop at that one going back and forth and home.
Well, all right, guys. Yep. We went over the 2-hour mark again.
Did we really?
I don't know how we did it, but
golly.
And that we did not expect that, but hey, we're good. We're good at talking, even with 3 of us. That
I thought we'd be lucky to get 45 minutes, and then we'd be
honestly, yeah. Well, we did 45 minutes on LSU.
Yeah, well, we didn't even get one side of the ball. Defense. Yeah, that's right.
Wait till we talk special teams. Who's kicking this year?
I can go there too.
All right, guys. Well, we had a blast. I hope y'all are enjoying the pod. We have some interviews that are hopefully on the way. Yes. Some pretty interesting ones that I think everyone's going to be excited to see. But until next time, which hopefully we'll have some more of our guys in, we'll see y'all. So, as Chance would say, chop on.
Go Tigers.
Go Stros.
Who dat?
This ain't how it's supposed to be. It should be just you and me.